Hey guys, Rick's back here with another video for your origin insertions, and this time I'm going to go into the abdomen and the hips. So I've combined these two videos just to save a little bit of time here. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. Like I said in previous videos, we're going to keep this nice and simple and give you a general idea of where things are coming from. We could go way more in depth, but it's going to take way too much time. And you're going to learn a lot about this stuff as you move forward in your educational process and in the certification as well. So we're actually going to start off in the abdomen and talk about the rectus abdominis. So the rectus abdominis is one of your main muscles here that runs the length of your body. So this actually originates in the lower front part of your pelvis, and it inserts into the lower ribs and then up into your sternum as well. So it actually comes your full length of your abdomen. Now this one is going to be responsible for flexion of the vertebral column. So again, making sure that we can crunch those abs together. So that's why the rectus abdominis is so important. It keeps us nice and tall there. Next up here we have the external obliques. So the external obliques is just along the side of your body here. It actually originates in your lower ribs and comes down into your iliac crest and to your pelvis as well. So again, it comes from here, comes down here. So it's just a little shorter muscle here versus the internal obliques, which actually originate in your pelvis, so again along that iliac crest, and inserts into the lower three ribs. So I had that backwards there. The external obliques are a little bit longer, whereas the internal obliques are a little bit shorter there. Now the movement pattern for these helps with rotation of the core, it helps with compression, it helps with flexion of the vertebral column, so they're really, really important in terms of moving side to side. Now that's all I'm going to really go through in the abdomen side of things. Now next up here, I'm actually going to go into the hips. So the first part of the hips that I want to go into is actually going to be the glutes. Again, a very important muscle to make sure that it's activating and going through the motions that we needed to make sure that people are preventing themselves from hurting their lower back or hurting any other lower body muscle group. From being seated a long time, these muscles typically are a little bit weaker in most of the general population, so it's something that you want to keep an eye on. So we're going to go through the glute maximus, the glute medius, and the glute minimus. So your three glute muscles there. So the first one here, your glute max. Sorry about that, folks. A little bit of a phone call. It actually originates along your pelvis, into your sacrum, and your coccyx here. So it's just along the top part of your butt, and it actually comes down and inserts into your femur there. So this one's going to help extend and laterally rotate your leg. The medius, which is along the middle of your glutes or your bum, if you want to call it that. Here, let's fix you guys so you can see my butt a little bit better. So right along the middle here. So again, this one's going to insert into the upper pelvis and come down into that femur once again. And this one helps abduct and medially rotate this leg. The last one we're going to talk about is the minimus, and it's actually the smallest one of the three. That's just right about here. It's going to originate kind of in the middle of your pelvis here and come down just to the very top of your femur. So not very low down. It's not a big muscle, but again, we want to make sure that it's staying nice and strong as we go through exercise programming. Now the next one I'm going to talk about is actually your hip flexors. So this is made up of two different muscle groups. This is your psoas major, and this is your iliacus. So, we're going through this. They actually originate along your lumbar. So your psoas major comes down through your lumbar and inserts into the upper femur again. So where your iliacus is actually starting along your pelvis and comes down again into that upper femur. So they both connect in the same area, creating your hip flexors. So again, these guys are responsible for flexing the femur, the vertebral column, flexing the femur and the leg, and laterally rotating the leg as well. Plus, it helps stabilize our vertebral column as well. So again, those are just a quick little breakdown of these muscles. If you want to go more in depth, I definitely recommend going a little bit more in depth. These are very important areas that we want to make sure that we're touching on for our clients and making sure that people are using those muscles properly and not improperly, creating a lot of issues and a lot of tension through their body. So once again, guys, that's it for me. I have one more video for you guys after this. I know, thank goodness, but these will help you out in the long run. So once again, I'll see you in the next one.